good news and bad news. Good news is all the long materials here for the Rafter. The bad news is that they only sent me, out of the 28 sheets of OSB that I ordered, 6 sheets. So now I have to scramble. I got to go into town tomorrow morning early anyway and deliver eggs, but I'm going to scramble around and see what I can find for 5/8 material, because I can't wait until they get it back in again. Frustrating. You know, you buy something and they sell it out from underneath me. That's exactly what happened. I know that's what's happened. And then yesterday I was in there adding 2x6 by 8 footers for supports to the load. Didn't even say anything to me then either yesterday. So somebody else got my 5/8 and I'm not happy. Not happy at all. The driver's awesome. He made the phone call, because I said something right away when I saw how shallow the stack of 5/8 was. But I got to swing in tomorrow and find out what's going on, because I am not satisfied with this. I mean, I got to get this done, right? I can't wait 2 weeks. There's no way. I can still get all the rafters up, but I need to get the roofing material on. I need to get the cover on. Anyway, so he's going to bring all this in. I'm going to have him throw the OSB over here. I'm going to have him throw the long material over here. And then I'll have to deal with what I have to deal with tomorrow. In the morning, I'll have to run to town, scramble and see if SBS has it. Frustrating, man. You place an order, you pay for it, you expect to see it.
Over 16-foot boards. Man, he's good. This is the last close area he's got to worry about, because it opens up after that. Nicely done.
Great guy. That's Tom. He's the driver for Builder's Choice. And he suggested, and I'm going to do it anyway, I'm going to go by the office tomorrow and see if there's something else we can do. Something else we can make happen, because I gotta, like I was telling him, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, less than 10% chance of precipitation. And then Tuesday on, snow. So we're going to have to figure something out. But I do have all the material for the rafters. I went with 2x10 instead of 2x8 because they didn't have any 2x8s. So then I went with a 2x12 for the ridge board, and I could get that installed. And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do here. Frustrating. Oh well, right? First glitch in the entire build, and it happens now.
Oh, it may be crisis averted. We shall see. I think the thing that frustrates me the most is that I didn't even get a phone call telling me that they did not have what I had already paid for. I mean, I understand that, things happen, glitches happen, but the least you can do is give me a phone call, right? The driver had my phone call. He called me to make sure that he was, let me know he was coming out here. So they had my phone number as well. So I jumped online real quick and checked the Orange store, which hasn't had any of it, which is why I went with these guys in the first place, Builder's Choice, because they did. And they had 51 sheets. So I went ahead and ordered them online and paid for them online for curbside pickup. I imagine it'll take a little bit to get it together, but I'm headed over to Home Depot right now to see if I can't expedite this process. Man, frustrating. I do not expect problems, and they always happen. Oh, I was a little livid. I think that's the angriest I've ever been in a video. Hopefully, knock on wood, we'll get this taken care of. And on a positive note, the forecast looks to be accurate. It said the rain was going to end by 4 o'clock today, and it is just about over. I did get the OSB covered up, though. Look at that sky. Man, that's pretty. Crisis averted. At least this part of the crisis. Oh my goodness. Okay. Did I push the record button?
Yep.
Good.
Bring it up, man. Bring it up. Todd and I both just spent about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, learning how to use the speed square. Oh. I'll take the cell phone camera up top and show you what we're dealing with, but I don't know what the temperature is now. It's still probably in the 20s. We're gonna use the OSB up on the loft to mount the scaffolding on. Or, yeah, probably 2 more. Just because that way we don't have to worry about frickin' moving the scaffolding around at all. All right. Let's see.
Get a couple sheets up there so you have something to stand on.
Well, I'm not climbing all the way up. I have some half sheets up there right now. Right now, I just want to get a picture of
Frost coming off the walls.
I'll show you guys what this looks like up here. A little bit of frost, huh? It's hard to focus this thing on there. Holy smokes. All right. that is that. Okay, so you're in this too, Todd. So Todd and I are both kind of visual people, and well, I was trying to measure out the height of these, and this is what the ridge board's going to sit on in the middle, and then Todd was over measuring off the end cut, you know, to get the right angle for the pitch of the roof on one of the beams. And then he made a template of what that angle is going to be. We realized that we had to cut these back because imagine these are sitting in the middle on the outside, and on the very outside wall there's going to be a rafter that comes all the way up and ties that whole thing together on the front and on the back. So by notching this, I'll back it up a little bit here, what we are able to do is, right, here's this is the rafter's going to sit right on top of here. Put that in there, and I'll shove another one in there. Right, so say this is the rafter that's actually going to come all the way through 2 feet out on the other direction, or the ridge board. This is going to sit right. I don't even know if I'm flush up down there or not. I'll give you the general idea though. Alright, now they're flush. And this has got to be, what do we say, 12 inches?
11 and a half.
11 and a half inches?
Yeah.
Right, there's 11 and a half. I gotta come in. So the top of the ridge board is going to be here. That's where the rafter is going to start, right at the top. And then by doing that, we had to clear out enough down here so that when the rafter comes down, it doesn't catch on the supports that we have on the side of the on the side of the board that the ridge beam is going to hold up. So we had to do a visual thing. But I think we have the supports built for both ends of the cabin now. So for the front and for the back, all I have to do now is nail these off together and then secure them in place. And our 2x12s are thawing out in the sun. So for the record, Mort came by and asked what the heck we did here. And while this will work perfectly fine, in reality, we didn't need to do all this cutting and notching. We could have just measured the rafters all at the same size, and on the end pieces cut 1.5 inches off of them, which would have made up for the thickness here. Which would have been a whole lot faster, but oh well. These are done, they're built, we're going to install them. Got it. Oh. Didn't need much help. Stick a nail in that one nail and I can pull it towards me or push it one way or the other. Needs to come towards me. Okay, towards you. Right there, man. Perfect. Stay there. Okay. Shoot, I guess it can stay on the inside too, huh? Yep. Nail it off. Anything else that you can do here? Nailed off. We got that nailed off. That is tall. So that's going to be the peak of the roof, and then everything's coming down from there. I got it.
We hold it there and I'll get the ladder.
I got it. We're good.
Probably want to move your ladder a little bit to the other side there, see,
That side?
to you, towards you. Then we'll just.
Okay. Yep, we gotta go back towards you.
Okay.
A little more.
Okay.
There we go. Good. Towards me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any sag in it at all, really. Okay.
Just hold it steady for a minute and I'll get on that other ladder. Put this ladder over here where there's no plywood.
Yeah, after we went to all the trouble of nailing the extra piece on there. This is a lot heavier, isn't it?
Okay there?
Holy smokes, that worked. Is it got enough hanging out over on that end so you can let it go, or?
Yeah, I don't know, I just don't want it to slide. I don't think it will, but I'll let it stir up.
Holy smokes. This is shady and we can't tell OSHA. And this isn't my idea. This actually came from Jay and Jen. When Jay put his ridge board in, this is what he did. I think. Something similar. What about there?
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
Okay. Other one? Get the angle. Get an angle here. That's what I come over the top. Right here, right here. There we go. All right, I think that's it. All right, try number one.
Oh, we got screwing it up there still.
Oh, why ain't it going? Okay. Jesus. That hammer. Give me that hammer.
A little whippy, but that was a little much.
Man, this thing ain't moving. Take two.
You can edit out the first part.
Like a what?
So you can edit out the first part.
No, I always leave it in there. I always leave the oops moments in there, man. People love it. wrong way. That is out. You like that?
Yeah, I was just gonna have you. Get the ladder out of the way here. Lock these. No, they're all missing.
Okay.
I want this thing screwed down on this. Somewhat secure.
Got a little bit of wiggle, but I mean, that wasn't too hard to lift before. I think if you keep your legs straddled, you're probably good. I've got mine sitting on the outside edges where the metal is.
Seems pretty stable. I'm more worried about the whole thing kicking that way. Bring it up to here and just set it.
Whoa, I got it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
You are kidding me. Awesome. How do we get the screws out?
Yeah. We're sticking out more than 2 feet.
That's all right though, because we didn't come back this way, did we?
Yeah, so we can pull it. We can slide it that way.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my God.
Ridge beam in place. Very cool. Very cool.
Well, it's less sketchy than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that actually worked. Good call, Jay. Jay and Jen off grid. I gave him so much guff when he was building and falling off of his roof, because he literally had an extension ladder up on, leaning up all the way against his, and he fell off his roof, and basically his wife was running behind him trying to catch the ladder because the ladder just took off on him. But pretty sketchy, but pretty awesome too. So we'll dedicate the ridge beam raising to Jay and Jen. Thank you guys. They're super awesome people from the Upper Peninsula, the UP. Holy smokes. Oh. It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit this morning, or at least, it might be a little bit colder. And today I'm going to start hanging rafters. I'm going to cut the first 2, make sure they're right, and then use one of them for a pattern to get all the rest of them cut. I covered up a lot of the wood we're going to be using, but I didn't cover up the big pile behind me. I don't know what I was thinking. So I wouldn't have the frost on it, and we do have frost on pretty much everything this morning. But it shouldn't be too bad. Man, I slept last night like nobody's business. I woke up, I think, at about 1 o'clock in the morning, which is normal for me because I always seem to wake up, once before my alarm's going to go off to go to work. And I went back to sleep and said, no, I'll wait, and I'll get up at about 4, which I normally do if, no alarm set. And I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock. What a huge deal it was getting that ridge beam in place yesterday. Just incredible. Just incredible. So like I said, on tap for today is going to be rafters. And if we can get them all done, I'd like to start the sheeting today as well. More than likely I'm going to be working all day today. And then I moved the generator over to here. It's underneath the tarp over there because it's easier to get connected with all the cords and everything else that I need. That way I've got extension cords that work. And then what you're seeing here now is not clouds. It's going to be a clear day again today. This is just fog that set in over the night. It's beautiful. Look at the white in the trees. It's just gorgeous. But we still have snow in the forecast for Tuesday. We still have clear forecast for today and for tomorrow. And the temperatures today are supposed to get up to about 37, 38, which would be nice. I did have to grab both of the chicken sets of waters, bring them in the trailer and thaw them out because they were frozen solid. So the chicken's got fresh water with a little bit of ACV, apple cider vinegar, in there for a treat for them. All right, I'm going to start playing around with a couple of measurements and then we'll see. Todd's supposed to be here about 10. Ward called me. He's going to stop off and pick up the rest of the big scaffolding that we're going to need to hang the rafters on this side. But we can get started on the back side of the cabin, on the loft side. Pretty much I could do that off of a step ladder and work our way this way. Like I said before, they're going to be 16-inch on center. And now these are 2x10s instead of the original 2x8s that I was going to do because the place I bought this lumber from didn't have any 2x8 by 16 footers. All they had was 2x10s. But yeah, let's do this. Let's get busy again today. And yes, I have a jigsaw. Todd brought one over, but I want to use Trusty Rusty on the first cut. Well, shoot, that's the first rafter. And the good news is we cut the rafter 100% the way it's supposed to be. And the bad news is that when I measured this out and I subtracted for the width of the rafter, I subtracted out of the wrong measurement. And we are now a ridge beam's thickness off. So these are going to have to come down and then I'll have to rebuild these, put them back up again. We'll put the ridge beam back up again and we should be right there. And I could tweak it and lower everything, but then I'm going to change the pitch of the roof and it's this is a perfect template. So I don't want to mess around with that. We're going to go ahead and get everything else the way it needs to be. All right, set the ridge beam, part 2. Like a glove, dude. Holy smokes.
Put your screw in there so it can't slide out.
And we came back like 12 inches.
go. I can't see the outside. What does it look like out there, bud?
Looks like
I'm sitting on top of it right now, so.
Looks like it started from here anyway.
Oh, looks like it started there? There we go. All right, it's about 7 o'clock at night, and it's going to be too dark to get anything else done, and I ran out of nails for the nail gun. So I'm going to call it a day on that, and that'll be the end of this video. I'll go over a couple of issues with you that I had right off the bat, and I talked about them in the video. So when I originally measured the beams at the end that were holding up the ridge beam, I looked at the wrong measurement, and I did all this off that blocklayer.com app, and I looked at the wrong measurement and subtracted the width of the beam off of the wrong measurement. So we ended up lower than we should have been. That cost us, I mean, we had the first beam measured out first thing this morning. By 11:30 we were rocking and rolling and ready to go. Brought them up and realized, oops, those beams were sitting right on top of the ridge beam, which told me, guess what, you messed that up. So we had to stop, and I rebuilt both of those beams at the end, which means we had to drop the ridge beam back down, rebuild the beams, raise the ridge beam back up, which made it a foot taller than it was before. So at 4 feet out from the walls now, there is 6 feet of headspace on both sides, which is what I wanted anyway. I wanted plenty of room up there. So by the time we got that organized, done, and squared away again, and then got our 22.5 inches hanging out on both sides, so that when we're done, we'll have a 4 foot or a 2 foot overhang, front and back. We've got 4 sets of rafters up. And then we had a couple of issues with those as well. Taking measurements across here, I'm not square, and I'm paying for that now. But part of me not being square is when I took the supports out for these center walls, and I put this loft in, before I nailed those off, I had that ledger hanging there. I should have pulled the width of my walls again, because I came out a little bit, so that cost me time there. Tomorrow I'm looking for great weather again, and tomorrow's Sunday, and then I've got the monster scaffolding here. So what we're gonna do to make sure that we stay in line in the center is I'm gonna climb up to the top of this. Todd's gonna climb up on a ladder on either side, and we're gonna pull the distance from the top of the peak to both sides to make sure that we're dead center in here, because you can get a wave in there, and we don't want that. We'll put 2 rafters in right here in the very middle of what I've got, and then we can go back, and I'll pull all the 16 inchers because these are all 16 on center. We'll go back and keep working our way towards the ones that we have there. I haven't set the ones at the end yet. We'll do that as well probably tomorrow. I'll probably set the middle one, and I'll probably set the ends tomorrow before we put the rest of them in. The marriage of the two rafters is right above me. I'm gonna move the camera up there and show you what I've got. I'm gonna climb up there real quick and explain this to you. Because Ward came by and he was concerned about this because he thought it should be a wider board extent. It goes about 20 inches, 22 inches on each side of that, or on either side of the seam in the middle. But that entire thing is right over the post here in the center. So I do plan on putting a post here all the way up, even though it's going to be temporary until I get in what I want to have in. So that will all be alleviated. That's it, man. That's all I got for you this week. Thank you guys for watching. As always, have a great, great day. I'm Sean in Alaska, and I'm tired and cold. I'm going inside. This is awesome.